There will be one scientific notation problem. And the one that it'll be most like on your review today will be this one.
I didn't get that one.
Well, that's why we're going over them. Tomorrow's scientific notation problem will be very much like this one. However, it will not be written in this fashion. The one you have tomorrow will be more likely written like this. It will already be broken down into scientific notation for you, like 2 times 10 to the third times 8.5 times 10 to the fourth. It'll already be in this form for you.
So it won't be in that form right there?
No, it'll be like the one I just wrote down. Please stop. So,
teach us how to do that?
I will.
Okay.
2 times 8.5, 17. When you multiply the tens, all you have to do is add the exponents. Now, is this improper scientific notation?
No.
No. You have to have only one number behind the decimal, so we have to move it one, which would change this exponent to an 8, which is why the answer on this part of the review was 1.7 times 10 to the 8th. Because, and I'm telling you right now, it will 100% absolutely be a problem where you have to manually move the decimal after the product. Because I want you to know how that's going to affect your decimal. I mean your exponent. If you have to move the decimal, it will change your exponent on the scientific notation. So, first question will be almost exactly like that. Second question, I take that back. The next two questions. The next two questions will be of this format. They will be, here are two examples. And it'll say, are they polynomials? Yes or no, and if yes, what's the degree? The first one, is it a polynomial?
No.
No, because you can't have a variable in the bottom or under a radical. So that one would just be no. The second one, is it a polynomial?
Yes.
What's the degree?
7.
Very good, the highest exponent. There will not be one tomorrow like this where you have to add the exponents. There will not be one like that, but if there was, that would have a degree of 9. Very good.
So the top one's not a polynomial?
No, you cannot have a variable in the denominator or under a radical. Okay? Okay, shh. The next 5. Those are the first 3. Well, I don't know if they're in order, but those are 3 of them. You will then have 5 questions asking you to actually add and subtract different polynomials and multiply. The first 2 are subtraction. And I believe we just did one like that. Let's see. Let's see. Right here. Here's a good, well, yeah. Here's a good example of one like the one you'll have tomorrow. Come in. Here's a good example like the one you'll have tomorrow for subtraction. I've made, yes.
I'm sorry, can I see Cordeline on this real quick?
Yes. You're going to have to distribute the minus sign. This is your warning. Distribute the minus sign. 11 minus 7. I've only done one term. 4. 13 minus a negative 9, which of course makes that a gentleman. Plus 9. Positive. It's positive 13 plus 9. And then 15 minus 19. We'll make that 15 minus 19. I'm sorry, negative 15 minus 19. Negative 15 minus 19. We'll make that. You're going to have to distribute the minus sign tomorrow. I don't know how else to warn you about that. It's going to happen. Please make sure you do that. Are there questions on that particular example? Okay, moving on. Let's see, there are going to be 2 like that. There are going to be 3 multiplication problems. One is going to be like this one you just did right here. In fact, 2 of them are going to be like these 2. One like the top one like the bottom one. You're going to have a FOIL and a distribute problem. First of all, the distribute problem. Negative 6 times 3, negative 18. 2m and 1m make 3m's. And then n. Negative 6 times 13, negative 78. 2m's and 1m make 3m's. Negative 6 times negative 5 is a positive 30. 2m's and 1n, there's no way you can combine those, so just m squared n. I apologize for the bad handwriting, it's hard to write on this thing. So that's plus 30 m squared n. And there is no way you can combine those. You are finished at that point. Questions about that problem?
How many questions are there?
10. There will be a FOIL problem. There will be a FOIL problem like this one. And so many of you on your homework did not do the middle terms. You put just d squared minus 15 for this kind of problem. D times d, d times 3, negative 5 times d, and negative 5 times 3. Is this finished?
No.
No. Combine like terms. 3d minus 5d is minus 2d minus 13. I'm sorry, 15. I apologize. Thank you. There will be another multiplication problem, and it will be of this variety. Can I take this off the board?
Yeah.
There will be one like this.
What?
Where you have to take a binomial times a trinomial. But it's going to work the same way. N times n squared, n times 3n, n times negative 7. Now we have to do the same thing with the negative 1. Negative 1 times n squared, negative 1 times 3n.
Hold on, stop going so fast. I'm trying to complete.
I apologize. I'm not trying to be sarcastic. I'm just trying to let you catch up. Negative 1 times negative 7.
Where did you get minus 3m and minus n squared?
Good question. We took n times all three pieces and got these three. Then we took negative 1. Negative 1 times n squared is negative n squared. Negative 1 times 3n is negative 3n. Negative 1 times negative 7 is plus 7. That's where those come from. What do we have to do now? Combine like terms. N cubed, 3n squared plus 1, minus 1n squared is plus 2n squared. Negative 7n minus 3n. Negative 7 minus 3. And then there's the 7. Also, while people are writing this down, I don't want to have not told you this. One of your subtraction problems tomorrow, they won't always be written in perfect order. Let me mention that. In fact, I'll just show you a quick example of what I'm talking about. You will have one of your subtraction problems tomorrow. Will be like, come on, let's go. Hold on, my screen's freezing. One of your subtraction problems tomorrow will be like this. Where you cannot just go first term, second term, third term. You have to match up the like parts. So this, for instance, would be 2x minus 1x. Negative 6 minus 11, x squared minus negative x squared, and then of course you'll have to write it in standard form.
Is there one like this on the quiz?
Yes. I mean, it's the same thing. The only difference is you actually have to match up the like pieces. Your x's, your x squareds, and your numbers. And then when you've done it, you'll just write them in order. Plus 2x squared plus x minus 17. Just to make sure you're paying attention to the like terms. And then the last two. The last two will be like what we did earlier in the week. They will be something like this. Like this. First thing, in fact, there'll probably be a number in here too, like 3 or something. Like that. First thing you have to do is square everything inside the parentheses. So it'll be m. 3 squared is 9. M squared. What do I do with these two exponents? I don't add them. What do I do to them? If it's a power to a power, what do I do to my exponents? Multiply. Thank you. So, then you have to distribute. 1n times 4n is going to make that how many n? You just add them. N 4 plus 1 is 5. What happens to the negative 3? That's right. It's going to come up here. 5 plus negative 3 is going to make that a total of 8. And then what about your m's? What's going to happen there? If they're dividing, what do you do with the exponents? Subtract. So 2 minus 1, and that thing would have a finished product of 9 m to the first into the eighth. And that would be, it was into the fifth, which I blotted out. It was into the fifth cubed over into the negative 3. The negative 3 comes up because it's negative, so it was 5 and then 3, which add to make 8. That will be your quiz tomorrow. And this video will be online in just a few minutes that you can watch later if you need more assistance.